Good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing today? Good?
Good. Oh, they added a raise hand button now.
Hello. Good morning. How did you guys do with the review sheet last night? Were you able to locate all of the answers?
No, I couldn't find one of them.
Okay, that's fine. We're going to go over it today in class so you have all of the answers, okay? So we'll just wait up for everybody to join up and then we'll start looking at the review sheet. So again, guys, remember the Chapter 3 test is on Thursday. Tomorrow in class we will do a Kahoot review game. So we'll have another full day of reviewing in kind of a more fun way. How many of you have done Kahoot in other classes? Okay, Peter, did you like doing Kahoot?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be my first time having you guys do it, obviously. So from what I can see, you get a PIN number and then you just type in your first name and the Kahoot starts, right? Okay, great. So it's pretty easy for you guys and some of you have already done it, so that'll be good. That'll make things run smoothly. Okay, we have about 23 joined up. We'll wait another minute. Just make sure you have your review sheet out. Okay, see, I finished mine. All the answers there. And I just finished making up your test. So you'll have multiple choice, you'll have true and false, you'll also have some fill in the blanks. So you'll have a variety of different question types. You won't have to type any answers, so you don't have to worry about spelling. You'll have answer choices there for you. Okay, so you don't have to worry about spelling. And then also dates. I know in first period I was asked a lot about the dates of different things. I will point out the only date that you need to remember as we go through the review sheet. Okay, so you can star it just so you know to study it. But I won't have you guys remember all of the BCs. It gets a little complicated. They're just included in there so you know kind of the timeline of different empires throughout Mesopotamia. It sounds glitchy. Okay, if I sound glitchy, please leave and rejoin because I will be talking a lot. I'll be reading through the entire review sheet, so I need you guys to hear me clearly. So if I am glitching, leave and rejoin. Okay, give me a thumbs up if you have the review sheet out, ready to go. Rafika has it, Shakar has it, Arjun has it. Tyler, you have it out? Okay, I'll give you guys a minute to get the review sheet out. Okay, Sahil, you want to try a different device maybe? I don't know what else to tell you. Okay, well, I will repeat the answers as we go through the review sheet. And then whichever ones you don't hear me and if I glitch out on, I can type in the chat.
Maybe I'll try it.
Okay, try it one more time. We're going to get started now, okay? Okay, guys, so I will take volunteers to answer. So you can raise your hand. If you see that I'm not calling on you, you can type in the chat as well to let me know you'd like to answer. Okay, so I can call on you that way through the chat. So let's get started. Number 1 says, the two land features, the blank and blank, gave Mesopotamia its name. What two land features gave Mesopotamia its name? Let's have Rafika. Okay, exactly right. So the Tigris and the Euphrates rivers gave Mesopotamia its name. Mesopotamia means between the rivers in Greek. Okay, so you should have the Tigris and the Euphrates for number 1. Those two rivers, Tigris and the Euphrates. Okay, number 2. Mesopotamia is part of a larger area called the blank, a large arc of rich farmland. Praneeth, what do you have?
Fertile Crescent.
Yes, the Fertile Crescent. Okay, so Mesopotamia sits in that larger area called the Fertile Crescent. Number 2, Fertile Crescent. Okay, moving on to number 3. Hunter-gatherer groups first settled in Mesopotamia blank years ago. How many years ago did hunter-gatherer groups settle in Mesopotamia? Let's have Veer.
They settled 12,000 years ago.
12,000 years ago. Good job. Okay, so you remember, guys, how I said there would be one important date that you should know? It is this one. So please make a star on number 3, okay? So to know about the hunter-gatherers when they first settled in Mesopotamia was 12,000 years ago, okay? It will be on your test. That's a pretty fair warning, okay? So please highlight it. No, star next to it, but you should know that 12,000 years ago. Okay. Okay, Lucas, I see that you just joined up. You hear me? We're going over the review sheet. Okay, that study guide I had you finish up last night for homework. Do you hear me, Lucas? All right, Lucas, can you unmute so this way I can know that you're listening? And I can repeat number 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so I'll say number 1, 2, and 3 because those are the 3 we just went over, okay? So make sure you have these. Number 1 is the Tigris and the Euphrates. Tigris and the Euphrates. Number 2 is the Fertile Crescent. And number 3 is 12,000. Okay, and I told your classmates that 12,000 is really the only number you're going to need to know. You don't need to know any of the dates of like BC or anything like that. So if you want, you can put a star next to number 3. Hunter-gatherer groups first settled in Mesopotamia 12,000 years ago. Okay?
I think I changed up again.
Oh, really? Okay, so that's the only date you need to know for the test, so you don't have to get caught up in memorizing all the
Which I
BCs.
definitely.
Thank you. Okay, so moving on to number 4. Number 4. Okay, let's have Peter. I'll read it and then you can fill in the blanks. Number 4 says the first farm settlements formed in Mesopotamia as early as blank BC, and farmers grew blank, blank, and other types of grain. What do you have for that?
For the first one, I have 7,000, and farmers grew wheat, barley, and other types of grain.
Okay, exactly right. Good job, Peter. So the first blank there is 7,000 BC, and farmers grew wheat and barley. Okay, make sure you have those. Tyler, you have that? Awesome. Good job. Okay, moving on to number 5. It says blank destroyed crops, and when water levels were too low, crops dried up. To solve their problems, Mesopotamia used blank, a way of supplying water to an area of land. Shakar.
Flood and irrigation.
Okay, good. So number 5 has 2 blanks. The first blank is floods. So floods destroyed crops. And the second blank is irrigation. Irrigation, a way of supplying water to an area of land. Good job. Okay, number 6. This is the last question having to deal with section 1. So number 6 says farmers needed a way to control the river's flow. So they dug blank, human-made waterways. Here, what do you have for that one?
Canals.
Correct, canals. Number 6 is canals. Good job, guys. Okay, now we're moving into section 2. Number 7. Most people of Sumer were blank and lived in blank or countryside areas. 2 answers for this question. Number 7. Who would like to answer? Okay. Manus, would you like to answer?
Yes. For number 7, I wrote most people were farmers in rural or countryside.
Okay, great. So most people of Sumer were farmers and lived in rural or countryside areas. So farmers and rural you should have for that. Number 8. The centers of Sumerian society were the blank or city areas. A blank consisted of a city and all the countryside around it. So 2 answers for this one as well. Miriam, what do you have for us?
The first blank I put urban, and the second blank I put city-state.
Okay, great. So urban are those city areas, and city-state consisted of the city and the countryside all around it. Good job. So there's urban and city-state for number 8. Okay, number 9. The amount of countryside controlled by each city-state depended on its blank. Depended on its what? Let's see. Alexander, did you want to answer this?
Yeah, so for this blank I put military strength.
Okay, that's exactly right. So the military strength for number 9. Make sure you have that. So I'm seeing this new feature on Google Classroom with the raised hands, so that's pretty helpful. That's kind of what I'm going off of, guys. So if you do want to share, you can use that feature. Okay. Number 10. One of Europe's kings, known as blank, became a legendary figure in Sumerian literature. Who knows this one? We read through and watched an epic about this person. Let's have Ryan. Is your hand up?
Yeah, Gilgamesh.
Okay, correct. Gilgamesh. Very good. Number 10 is Gilgamesh. Number 11. The Akkadians and the Sumerians lived in peace for many years until blank, when blank sought to extend Akkadian territory. 2 answers within this question. This is number 11. Adve, have your hand up? No? Okay, hands down. Let's have Praveen. Number 11.
The Akkadians lived in peace for many years until 2000 BC, when Sargon sought to extend Akkadian territory.
Okay, so for many years until 2300 BC, when Sargon sought to extend Akkadian territory. Very well done. Nice job. Alexander, you had that one? Great, good job. Okay, number 12. Sargon's soldiers defeated all the city-states of blank and also conquered blank blank. So 3 answers within this one. Blank blank. Okay, Miriam, you need number 11. Number 11 was 2300 BC. The second answer was Sargon. Okay. Okay, number 12. Who would like to answer this? Alexander, you want to give it a try? Go ahead.
The first I put Sumer, the second I put Northern, and the third I put Mesopotamia.
Okay, great. All right, so the first blank is Sumer and also conquered northern Mesopotamia. Last 2 blanks are northern Mesopotamia. Ryan, you have that? Give me a thumbs up. Awesome. Good. Okay, number. Yeah, what's your question?
So, who are number 12? So, what was the answer for number 12?
Number 12, the first blank was Sumer. And then the second and third blanks were northern Mesopotamia.
Okay.
Got it? Okay, good. Alright, 13. After the death of Sargon, the city-state of blank rebuilt its strength and conquered the rest of blank. 2 answers for this one. Sahil, is your hand up?
Yes.
Okay.
So, after the death of Sargon, the city-state of Florida rebuilt its strength and conquered the rest of the country.
Okay, good job. So the first blank is Ur. Ur rebuilt its strength and conquered the rest of Mesopotamia. Well done. Good job. Okay, number 14. The Sumerians practiced. Yes.
What was number 13 again?
Number 13. First blank is Ur. And the second blank is Mesopotamia. Okay. Number 14. The Sumerians practiced blank the worship of many gods. Many gods. Let's have Lucas. What do you think for number 14?
I think that it was religion.
Okay, so it says the Sumerians practiced blank the worship of many gods. Do you remember the name of their religion? When they worshipped many gods. Let's see. Maybe Alexander, help us out with this one.
They practice polytheism, the worship of many gods.
Okay, great. Polytheism. Lucas, make sure you have that in there, okay? So number 14 is polytheism, the worship of many gods. Okay, number 15. Blank. Men or women who performed religious ceremonies served as a link between the Sumerians and the gods. So who acted as a link between the Sumerians and the gods? Manus, what do you have?
Priests.
Priests. Good job. So number 15 is priests. Make sure you have that. Okay, Chelsea, you need number 13. 13 is Ur and Mesopotamia. Okay, number 16. Two blanks here. So blank blank is the division of society by rank or class. Okay, we watched a video with that pyramid. It kind of showed you this. Lucas, what do you have?
Social hierarchy.
Correct. Awesome job. So social hierarchy is the division of society by rank or class. That is number 16, social hierarchy. Okay, make sure you have it. Okay, so that's the end of section 2 material, moving into section 3. Number 17, it says Sumerians developed blank, the world's first system of writing, using a wedge-shaped symbol. So we'll do that first sentence first. Who would like to answer that first blank? Here, what do you have?
Sumerians developed cuneiform, the world's first system of writing using wedge-shaped symbols.
Okay, cuneiform. Very well done. Okay, the next sentence has two blanks. Blank, which is a sharp reed, was the tool Sumerians used to make symbols on clay blank. Who can answer this one?
Right.
Who's that? Veer?
Yeah.
Okay, you want to answer the entire thing? Sure, go ahead.
I just realized that was number 17 still.
Oh, it's alright. I was doing it in two parts.
Oh, okay. Styluses, which is a sharp reed, was the tool Sumerians used to make symbols on clay tablets.
Okay, awesome. So stylus and tablets. So for 17, there's three answers. Cuneiform, stylus, and tablets. Okay, cuneiform, the world's first system of writing. Stylus was the tool, and tablets is what they wrote on.
Do we need a star in the middle?
What was that?
Do we need a star in the middle?
No, I was just making you star the number 3 because that's the only date that you would need to know. Time period, okay?
So should we not study all the other time periods?
You don't need to know any of the other BC dates for the test, okay?
Okay.
You're welcome. Okay, number 18. Earlier written communication had used blank or picture symbols. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of hands for this one. Let's have Sahil.
Earlier living communication had used pictographs and picture symbols.
Okay, pictographs. Very well done. 18 is pictographs. Make sure you have it written down. 19. Sumerians wrote blank. Poems that tell the stories of heroes. Okay, so we read one on Gilgamesh. You guys also wrote some original examples of this. Let's have Praneeth. You look excited to answer.
Epics.
Epics. Good. 19.
Sumerians wrote epics, poems that tell the stories of
Awesome. Epics. 19 is epics. Good job. And number 20. Sumerians developed a math system based on the number blank. What was the number that Sumerians based their math system on? Let's have Manus. What do you have?
Based on the number 60.
Based on the number 60. Good. 60, guys. Make sure you have it. Okay, the last question having to do with section 3 is 21. Tall blank were built in the Sumerian cities to honor the blank. 2 answers. Shakar, what do you have? Okay, perfect. So tall ziggurats were built in the Sumerian cities to honor the gods. Okay. They were tall to reach up to the gods. Section 4. We're moving into section 4 material, so this should be pretty fresh on your mind since we just had a quiz on this material yesterday. Number 22. The city of blank was located on the Euphrates River near what is today Baghdad, Iraq. Ruth Vika, is your hand up? Ruth Vika, do you want to answer this one? Number 22. Okay, let's ask Chelsea.
Is it the city of Babylon?
The city of Babylon, yes. Correct. The city of Babylon was located on the Euphrates River near what is today Baghdad, Iraq. That was number 22. Number 23. Blank became Babylon's greatest blank, a ruler of a kingdom or empire. 2 answers for this one, 2 parts. Shakar, see your hand up.
Hammurabi became the world's greatest monarch, a ruler of a kingdom or empire.
Okay, so Hammurabi became Babylon's greatest monarch, a ruler of a kingdom or empire. Good job. Okay, number 24. Blank ruled for 42 years and built up Babylon to become the most important city in Mesopotamia. Veer.
Hammurabi ruled for 42 years and built up Babylon to become the most important city in Mesopotamia.
Okay, good job. So Hammurabi again. That was number 24. Hammurabi ruled for 42 years and built up Babylon. He also wrote Hammurabi's Code, okay? So a lot of important contributions made by Hammurabi. Number 25. Hittites used blank blank and blank, a wheeled horse-drawn cart in battle. Using these advantages, the Hittites captured Babylon in blank. Okay, so a lot of parts to this question. Who thinks they can answer this? Sahil, what do you have?
So, the Hittites used iron weapons and chariot, a wheeled horse-drawn cart in battle. Using these advantages, the Hittites captured Babylon in
Perfect. So iron weapons, chariots, and in 1595 BC. Iron weapons, chariots, and 1595 BC. That is for number 25. Okay, number 26. In 612 BC, the blank set up a new empire. Blank, their most famous king, rebuilt Babylon into a beautiful city. Okay, let's have Manus.
So I wrote for 26, in 1612 BC, the Chaldeans set up a new empire. Then Nebuchadnezzar, their most famous king,
Okay, exactly right. Okay, so in 612 BC, the Chaldeans set up a new empire. Nebuchadnezzar, their most famous king, rebuilt Babylon into a beautiful city. So Chaldeans and Nebuchadnezzar. Okay, here, did you see we wrote in the chat the answer to that one? Number 25.
yeah.
Okay, good. So if you need number 25, it's in the chat, guys. I know it was a bit longer than the rest. Okay, number 27. The blank developed a wealthy trading society. Blank was a well-known resource of this land at the western end of the Fertile Crescent. Shakar, want to answer this?
Phoenicians and cedar trees.
Okay, so the Phoenicians developed a wealthy trading society. That's the first blank there. That's that group of people. They developed that wealthy trading society. They didn't depend on military strength. They focused on their trading society, the Phoenicians. And for the second part, it would be cedar wood. Cedar wood was a well-known resource of this land. Okay, make sure you have that. Phoenicians and cedar wood. The last question on the study guide. The Phoenicians' most important achievement was the blank, a set of letters combined to form words. This was passed along to other civilizations by Phoenician blank. 2 answers, 2 parts. Lucas, want to try it?
I think the first one is alphabet,
Yep, you're right.
and I think the next one is empire.
Okay, so the first one is alphabet. You're correct on that. The second one, I mean, that's a good guess, but we have to look into the text. I think the text said something different. So can anybody figure out the second part? Manus, do you know the second part of that?
I wrote Phoenician traders.
Okay, traders. Yes, correct. So the first part, as Lucas said, was alphabet. The second part was traders. Okay, so the alphabet spread because Phoenicians would trade with different empires and different civilizations. So that's how the alphabet spread and was passed along. So 28 was alphabet and traders. Okay, guys, any questions on this? Do you need me to repeat any of the answers? I would really study this. Again, number 3 is the only date that you would need to know. So I don't want you really getting hung up on all the dates like 1595 BC and all of that. Mostly I want you to review those key terms, the people, this study guide, okay? So again, homework for tonight is to study. Tomorrow we'll do a Kahoot review game. We'll have some fun reviewing again tomorrow, okay? So have a great rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. See ya. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.